Oh, so now formally, this is Odd Horizons with new podcast episode. We have 5 guests today, and as always, we are joined by our talented co-host,
John Wayne Gacy.
True
I'm Harmon.
Pilgrim.
My name's Cole.
Hey, Cole, this is your first go around on the podcast.
Oh yeah, was it first time caller, many time listener, or something like that? I think I'm off a little bit, but you get the point.
Yeah, it's good to have you on.
Oh yeah, it's good to finally be on. Harmon, never sent me a invite ever, so
Schedules never lined up.
To be fair, when an invite was sent, you'd probably be driving truck and you'd be like, "What do you want?" I'm driving this
possible.
truck.
That's possible. It's possible. I won't lie. This does work out a lot better.
One of the innovations of modern technology.
And then you hear some classic blue collar comments in the background, and Cole would have to scream back.
Not to get sidetracked, I had the worst drivers on me today, like on my rear end. Like I had this one lady for, I kid you not, 20 minutes, like just riding my ass. And I she was in the other lane at one point, just cruising behind me. What are you doing?
I just see you swerve and brake check them at the same time.
If I wasn't driving my
15-ton
boss's
pickup
truck, I
truck.
would have. If I wasn't driving my boss's pickup truck, I would have. Like that shit was like, damn, lady, calm down.
It was definitely a 1999 Honda Accord or whatever.
No,
and if you would have been driving the dump truck, you could have pulled the lever and started dumping stone as fucking flack or something.
I don't think that's like flack at all.
Probably get their windshield.
It's a light hailing, Like,
yeah.
I
That's
was
because
coming
it's
at you
audio
from
gas.
60 minutes or from 60 miles an hour through your windshield might honestly just be like flack. You might get peppered.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned like having bad drivers. I had to run a little errand earlier today, and I literally watched a guy hit a parked car, and I was like,
it's like that one. I saw a video recently, and this dude was like in this like smaller parking lot, backs up, hits a car, pulls forward, hits a car, and just does this fucking pinball maneuver. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? At that point, just get out of the car and walk home.
It's like your classic cartoon trying to like parallel park.
Yeah.
just slam into both and then drive off and not even park there.
It's like it's like a Looney Tunes episode, and you're just watching Elmer Fudd like literally have an aneurysm while trying to back his fucking sedan into a corner.
Yeah, all those times I saw Elmer Fudd drive a sedan. So I know you guys have been playing First Descendants. What are your guys' takes on that so far?
Goated baddies everywhere.
Enough said.
A little bit money hungry,
Next.
but like, what game isn't?
Well,
But,
if anybody spent as much money as you do on games, nobody would be poor, Skippy. Nobody.
Woman, I hate to break it to you, the
He's-
amount of money spent on games that I spend is nowhere near what some people spend.
He's quite
possible.
literally holding up the Smite skin.
No,
like,
I haven't bought a
economy.
Smite skin in like a year. They ruined
They're
that.
just waiting. Like they have their quarterly projections, and they're waiting for McLennan 78 to show up in their financial statements. Like, oh boy, we're gonna feed our families today.
Yeah, quite literally. I definitely paid for at least one of them to go on a vacation.
They're like, put out another cat skin. That kid's got to buy it.
Yeah, I would cop in a heartbeat.
And it's
Doesn't
like
matter
me
what
with-
it is, as long as it's cats, he's buying it.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, that's why he
Worth.
bought front row seats to Cats the musical, but the movie version with James
Oh,
Corden.
nope. That's the exception. That's the exception. I hope whoever wrote that burns in the pits of
He's
Tartarus.
the reason why they made 3 different cats versus dogs.
Correct.
You
I
do
was
not
every
bring
single
them
one.
into this
Oh,
as a segue
God.
from Cats the musical. How dare you?
I'm the reason Cat and the Hat is still
They
on
were
Netflix.
okay movies.
I'm keeping it alive.
He just has it on replay all fucking day. Xbox
Correct.
overheating every day. Like, quit playing this movie. You're burning me alive.
Wasn't that a thing with like? Wasn't there a person somewhere? I think it was like in the UK that like their kid loved the Bee movie so much that it was watched the most. Like they watched it more in that one household than like an entire country did. And so like Netflix sent them a little like certificate or something. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about this a while ago, and I'm like, that's wild. Like I can't
Right.
imagine just every time you're going into your living room, it's just the B movie.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it's like, could you imagine, like on the older TVs and shit, you could just, if that movie's been playing so long, you'd think that like certain impressions will be burned onto the goddamn screen. Like one of our one buddies had, I can't remember if it was I think he had Skyrim burned into the back of his TV, and you could see the mountains occasionally when you turned on that TV. Like it was just like, dog, what the fuck?
So, kind of being in movies, what's a movie trilogy or a movie that you absolutely hate, but you know people like love?
Lord of the Rings. Oh my god, I said it.
No.
Oh my.
I haven't even seen them, and I know they're good movies. Come on.
Like I
No.
won't say
Good
they're
movie.
horrible.
No counterpoint.
Ungodly
No.
overhyped. Like they're like,
Like,
this is the best thing I've ever seen. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
I had to
I
watch it
agree.
once. I don't ever want to watch it again. Maybe
I-
like,
I agree with.
I don't
I mean, I agree that they're overhyped. I think I still like them. I think they're all right. Like, are they like, to me personally, something that's like breaking my brain and like I gotta watch it every week? No, but like, I still think they're decent. I think I like the fantasy world they got set up, but that's a hard question with the trilogy. I guess.
I think
Or just
and
a
this,
movie, just a standalone movie.
this might ruffle feathers, but like I've never been a big fan of like horror sagas. Like yeah, like Halloween, like I can watch one occasionally, but like my stepdad loves them and he'll watch them all in days, and like I can't do it. I mean,
Finally, someone gets it.
one Halloween's
Okay, well,
like the rest.
Yeah, you
and
two are
one-
bitches together.
no.
Congratulations.
Hey,
I'll give you like, I would say like the like that Annabelle. I don't know if it's technically called the Annabelle Cinematic Universe or like just the Conjuring universe. I feel like
just the Conjuring.
those movies kind of keep going on and
Those
on. It's like,
games.
okay, watching the Conjuring, the first Conjuring was good. Like I was like, all right, yeah, this is cool. But then I think like they just keep going, and it's like, okay, the only movie franchise that can do this is Scary Movie. I'm sorry, but
He said it.
the true.
You're the
king
reason I
of the
drink,
genre.
Jarrett.
Oh, and the better question would be, what's a movie series that got two really good movies and deserved a third, and it's Garfield? It needs a trilogy
You're,
completed.
you're getting a new Garfield movie with Chris Pratt.
It's not the same. It's not the
No
same.
one wants that movie.
No one wants it.
Kids want it, probably.
I need
don't know.
Garfield, A Tale
Because
of
it looks
Two
like
Kitties,
Minions.
number 2.
Hey, speaking of Minions, we're getting Despicable Me 4.
Is that out yet?
Yay. No one will know.
I don't think it's out yet.
hold on.
None of us have children or are on a registry, so none of us know.
Movies.
Well,
I'll tell you here. in
No,
about 2
none of us
seconds.
are.
oh well.
I said Despicable Me 4, July 3rd, apparently.
So
Hey,
it
cool.
came
We can
out
go see that
last
before
week.
you.
I'm not going to see that. It's been hard enough to get to the theater to watch good movies. I don't really want to watch that.
It can be your consolation for not being home when Deadpool comes out.
That's gonna hurt my soul.
Don't worry, I'll send a picture of me watching it several times to you every day.
With the
Alright.
Wolverine bucket in your lap.
No,
I'm bringing the
Just
Dune bucket,
butter.
bro. This calls for desperate measures.
Yeah, I bet you would. Okay, kind of staying on movies. I was over at my girlfriend's house, and her dad and her uncle were watching the new Beverly Hills Cop, Axel
Yeah.
F.
Oh yeah.
My God, I watched 20, maybe 30 minutes of it, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I've heard
writing-
different from that. I heard a bunch of people say that they actually really liked it.
I didn't watch the whole thing, and maybe that was it. I got there late, but like it was like the cheesiest writing ever, and that's something that really gets me. Like I can deal with bad like animation or CGI or maybe even bad acting. I don't notice as much, but like when the freaking dialogue is so cheesy, I can't stand it. I did it. The new Roadhouse, I had the same effect. Like one of the lines in the new Roadhouse was "Smell you later," and I was just like, nope, that's where we're done. That's where I'm drawing the line.
Like I watched that too this weekend, or I had like a dad wanted to watch it, and it felt like they marginalized like Eddie Murphy's kind of like humor, kind of like it felt like they kind of like put him in a box or something. Like it felt like he was pretty constrained in that movie. So like a lot of the jokes that he was trying to hit, I felt like they weren't hitting properly. But Yeah, like I maybe like it's been a while since I've watched the like earlier ones, but I think there were quite a few like callbacks and stuff that I was kind of like I don't remember this enough to where, but I'm thinking that like the callbacks were supposed to make up for quite a bit of the movie for like their art audience, but
I will
Yeah, I
say
mean-
I watched Furiosa, the prequel for Mad Max, and I, not knowing anything about the Mad Max universe, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like Chris Hemsworth, yeah, I like Chris Hemsworth as much as he hasn't been in two movies recently that I haven't cared for: Thor 4 and International.
Yeah, God of War or God of
War
Thunder, you know, Love and Thunder, whatever the hell.
I just wasn't a fan of those two works, but I really enjoyed him in this one. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's not in theaters anymore, I don't think, but
just wait till you see Tom Hardy in 2016. Fury
yeah,
Road.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna give the Mad Max series a watch now, or at least the movie, just the one movie, because
just
I've
the
heard
one,
the other
just,
ones.
just the one. Just the one.
The
Yeah.
first one with Mel Gibson, the first one way back is all right, but then
Yes.
it goes downhill quite
Don't
fast
watch
from there.
Thunderdome. Do not
Dude.
watch Thunderdome.
I've never been more betrayed by a movie title because I heard it referenced in all these other medias, like, oh, like, we're gonna have a real Thunderdome on our hands. I'm like, oh, so like Thunderdome's like this epic like gladiator arena and like the apocalypse. Like that sounds awesome. And Thunderdome's actually like, you know, those like monkey bar like domes that are on playgrounds. It's one of those with two people doing Cirque du Soleil inside of it. And I'm like, I know that like for the time this was probably seen as like really cool, but it is aged like milk in a car. Like this is
And
this is not a
in Arizona in the middle of the Mojave, just sitting there. Like,
boiling.
It could never be what our true King Waterworld is.
Stop. I don't want to talk
let it
about
go.
Waterworld again.
Let it go.
Hey, Jared,
Let
who's
it
the
die.
main actor in Waterworld, by the way?
Okay, to be fair, those
No,
two
no, answer the
guys are
question.
like the main guys in
No,
any
no, who is it,
80s
Jared?
film that you
Who
think.
is it? Who is it?
But it's Kevin Costner. I know now, but
It's
at
not
the
Bruce
time I
Willis.
thought it was Bruce Willis.
They look nothing
They
alike.
played-
They act
bled
nothing
together
alike.
for me. I don't know.
Hey,
It's been a
can
while
we-
since I watched Waterworld because the only thing I could remember was, oh, thank God, as he's sitting there in the fucking crude oil pit and just blows up, and that's how that movie ends. It's just the fucking
Spoiler alert.
oil spill tanker or whatever that like actually had an oil spill, I think, if I remember. It just fucking
Hey.
blows up.
Jared, it could be like a certain someone in this podcast saying that a certain movie that you enjoy is all right.
Oh, don't even get me started. He's not worthy of Chris Farley's genius.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
I was
not that
lost.
good of a movie.
It
Fuck,
is that
Garrett.
good of a movie,
It's
dog.
not.
It is.
It's like calling it's like calling going back, a scary movie like a classic horror movie. Like it doesn't fit. It's a decent movie. It's entertaining. You can
That's
throw
not
it
at
on
all
in
the same
background.
comparison.
Well,
But
scary
there
movie's
is-
not a horror movie. They're
Shut the
comedies.
fuck up. It's close enough.
No, no.
No.
They're literally.
It's
spoofs
called
of
Scary Movie.
movies.
It is a
Yeah.
horror movie.
Okay,
Yeah,
using your logic, Finding Nemo is not a good horror movie because it doesn't do whatever because it's not the right genre.
It's a nature documentary.
It was scary with the sharks when I watched it when I was like 4, dog. It was scary.
I'm man enough to admit that I was and probably if I went back and rewatch it, still am scared of the anglerfish from that movie. I don't fuck with anglerfish because of that.
Mm,
Oh, like that horror game you played, and you're like,
Yes.
please, I know it's that.
Yep. As soon as I saw the lights
Soma
out in the
is-
yep.
okay.
'Cause I was
Yeah,
watching-
I was gonna say. I was like, yeah.
I was watching Andrew stream it, and I just see the light like flying back and forth, and I'm like, oh, that's not a lamp. That's not a light pole right there. That's a
Yeah.
fish.
In the first area down there, it's like, okay, so I look out, see lights, cool. I get to like the third station down there because like the whole section of the game is you basically just like turning on a bunch of like power pylons or conduits, something. I can't quite remember exactly why you're down during that part. And like at like the third checkpoint area, I see a sign saying like beware of anglerfish attacks. And I'm like, oh no, I hadn't even thought of that. And then yeah, literally I opened the door, I see that light move, and I was like, I sunk in my chair, like, no, don't do
When
this.
I-
to me.
When I played through, like I don't think I got attacked by him, but like I was just walking around, I see that sign, and I'm like, oh, I look behind. There's just like a couple behind me. I'm like, this is fun. I'm
I
gonna
gotta get
keep
out of here.
walking. I'm gonna keep looking down towards the facility and act like they're not. I don't see them, so they don't see me.
Right. As long as you close your eyes, you can't get your ass beat.
They're not
And then-
They
T-Rexes
can't
here.
see me. I can't see them. It's
And then
simple as
as soon-
that. They won't attack.
And then
how-
shortly afterwards, I end up going through the most profound experience that I've experienced in a video game. Just sitting there
Yeah.
looking at the ending credits, like, what the fuck did I just what just happened? Like,
Yeah, that game happens to you. Like, and I mean that in a good way for once. Typically, if I say that's like a negative, but like, man, it just dumps things on you. And goes, how's that make you feel? It's like horrible.
Yep.
Genuinely. Oh man. But yeah. Long story short, it is a good movie. Cole, you are dumb. The end.
I
would
might
need
be
Garfield
wrong.
3.
Oh my. Okay, never mind.
Like, what did you not find funny about it?
It's not my sense of humor. Like, I didn't.
it's not straight from a dad joke book.
That's possible.
Dad joke book, the movie,
Like, it had its moments.
brought
The
to you
deer,
by Odd Horizons.
the deer scene was all right. You know, it had its moments. Like him constantly getting that one quote wrong and then finally getting it right was okay. But like, all in all, it was just like, okay, I could live without it. I could live without it.
Okay, so like, it's not your sense of humor. That's fair enough. But like, what is like your like? So if you're gonna put like your Mount Rushmore of comedy movies, what's going on there?
God.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt,
probably
Joe
not
Dirt
wrong.
2, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, Ben
Okay, honest to God, not a bad movie. I've only seen
Not a
it once,
good movie.
but it wasn't a bad movie. Oh, but I would put Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo in the same categories. You know, whatever movie we're
Scary movie.
Yeah, that one. No, whatever Chris Farley movie we're talking about. I forget what the name of it is.
I forget what we're arguing about.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. See, I just didn't care for it. I didn't care for it that much. My
But Joe
Mount
Dirt, on the other hand,
my Mount
Deep
Rushmore
fiction.
is gonna be it's gonna be the dumbest list ever because I don't really
Lift.
watch list. I hate you. Don't make fun of me. It's a
yeah, this is
it's
a
hate
safe
crime.
space, Harmon.
Sorry.
So we got. Oh my God, this would be a dumb list. Let's go. Shit. Now I'm drawing a blank. You put me on. the
Someone want to
spot.
take this one while he thinks up for me?
Yeah,
Scary
yeah,
Movie
yeah.
1 through 4. Boom.
Uncle
Yes.
Panda 4, Ball Guy, Ricky Stenicki, and Godzilla -1.
My favorite comedy movie, the one that actually showed Godzilla being a bad guy for the first time in a long time.
Cindy, the TV's leaking.
I'm Jared.
For those of you who don't know, we don't go a day without him saying that. Every
There's
day
so many
it
quotable
happens.
moments from those movies. I can't.
And you
help
only
it.
quote one.
Yeah, exactly. You argue that there's so many.
no.
Nagasaki, Okinawa.
Mitsubishi.
Sashimi.
Can that go in?
That can go in.
Okay,
It's from the movie.
it'll stay in. Then.
Yes, little blue Japanese boy that sat behind the stairs. That
Hold
was
on.
Japanese in Scary
Oh,
Movie films.
hold on, Jarrett. We're letting Coleman get away with this.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I can't think of a list, but the movie I was thinking of
watch
was
comedy?
Were you about
It's
to say
the,
ridiculousness?
no. Close. It was the last movie I can honest to God say I watched and like truly laughed at. I feel like was like The Ridiculous Six. Like I don't watch movies very often. I'll give it that.
That movie was in like 2017, right?
Yeah, I watched it back then, but like I said, I don't really watch comedy, like straight comedy. I don't. It just not something that appeases me.
Also, that movie was horrible.
I thought Coleman was gonna say Oppenheimer for some reason.
Thank you. Thanks for having faith in me.
I thought it was really
Chuckle.
funny when Oppenheimer cheated on his wife.
Hey, if Florence Ashton, I love you if you're listening to this, but if
She's not
Florence
listening to
Pugh,
this.
if Florence Pugh came up to me, I'm not gonna fully guarantee anything.
Is
It's
she
all
your
over.
celebrity hall pass?
No, she's not. She's close. She's up there, but I think that'd be Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, that's fair.
Well,
I can get behind that.
I'm not gonna say
Oh.
no.
oh,
If you want to be mine,
now that I've had time to stew about it, I think A movie that probably shouldn't have gotten a sequel is The Matrix.
No,
Oh no,
he's not wrong.
Like the newest one, I was like, all
I
right.
never watched the newest one
Like-
before.
It's not good.
But then even then, like I liked the first one, and then like it was, I don't know. The vibe was gone by the time I finished the first one.
Here's how, if you want to watch The Matrix, this applies to everyone here and anyone listening. Here's how you go about it. You watch the entire first movie and about a collective 30 minutes of the other two.
Pretty much.
And and that collective 30 minutes is at the end of the respective movies. Because the second one, all I can remember before the end of the movie is Neo fighting a bunch of Agent Smiths, and the CGI is really bad. He turns into like a rubber man as he spins around kicking all the CGI Agent Smiths. I remember it has Monica Bellucci in it, which that was like the first time I learned like an actress's name, because I was like, man, this is a beautiful woman. I'm sitting there like 8 years old watching this movie.
Right.
Hello, like who are
Like,
you?
holy shit.
And then the third movie, it's just Neo faces Agent Smith, and they have a Superman fight in a city, and then the Matrix resets. So that's it.
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. And that guy that had to play him in the new one, that guy should be fired. That was horrible.
An actual series that should have never gotten any sequels is Resident Evil, and I don't know how they got away with it. Because each and every one of their movies is terrible. Now,
How dare you?
they're
How
like I
dare
love the
you.
actors in them. They make great stories. But God, is the acting awful. The cinematography's terrible.
They're so fun
I don't
to
understand
watch,
how
though.
they got away with having so many of those.
Because Skippy, okay, let's put you in these shoes, right? Let's make you older around, because how old were we when those were coming out?
Were
I
they?
think I was
10?
7 when I watched her blow
90s or-
Nemesis' head off with
Yeah,
or not Nemesis, oh, what the hell that dude's name is, with a shotgun filled with coins in the shower. I was like, oh, this is great. This is a great movie.
yeah. Like, we were younger, but like, imagine you're not younger. Imagine you're like 18 to 22, and you can just go in, perhaps on some substances to enhance your experience. Those are probably some of the best movies you've ever seen in your life. And so you're going to go every time they make one.
I guess, yeah, at that point, you're not really paying attention to the
That's-
story.
Yeah, that's how I watch them now.
Big monster.
I'm not there for the plot. I'm there to watch, her blow him up with a rocket launcher, and then watch Wesker get killed by a door.
Piece of glass.
Still mad about that. It's like, oh yeah, he could dodge bullets, but that door closing on him, just nope.
Doors, the old enemy. Just can't get around it.
Doors are actually faster than bullets. Little known fact. They hide that from you. I'm still mad that Coleman's answer for the only movie he could think of that he thought was genuinely funny was Ridiculous 6.
I'm sorry. It was
He was throwing
bad.
his space balls.
The Acolyte.
No,
Good
no,
one.
no.
I would like you to say something. I'm looking at a list of like the top TV ratings for IGN, and I would like you all
Oh,
to know that
brother.
The Acolyte has a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, of course
Yes.
they do.
The same people that rate Big Mouth as a 9.7 and one of the best TV series ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand who's over there watching these shows, but they need fired.
It's you.
It's not me. I don't know anyone was like, Big Mouth, this is a great show. This is a great show. What do we have? Teenage children going through sex and puberty.
Going
then you do it for
teenagers
7
going through
seasons.
sex.
Well, is that not what it is? I don't know. I watched it after the first season because we were like,
How-
oh, this is so good.
Like-
That just got instantly just flatlined
Yeah.
dead.
No, you're
Terrible.
not wrong.
The first season was like, oh, this is pretty funny, and then it was like, guys, I don't know how you're showing this on TV right now. That
Right.
that is something
Same with
to
Paradise
watch.
PD. If anyone's ever seen that, shout out. The first season was goated. I don't know what the hell's going on with it now, but those writers probably need rehab for the acid they did.
All right, Jarrett, they rated or anybody, I guess anybody that's seen the new Boys season, they rated an 8 out of 10. Is that accurate? Too low? Too high?
I'd say it's pretty close to that. I mean, personally, I'm really enjoying it a lot. Like, I think it's really good. I think a lot of people are butthurt about like they're just now they're like, oh well, they're making fun of politics too much, and it's like, well, that's really been The Boys. They make fun of literally everybody in like that's going on in current events. and I
Mhm.
think that's why like reviews for this season have been so like weird because like people are just upset like subconsciously about it, and it's like that's just the boys, dude. They're just weird, and like that's just how it is. But
Yeah, like I watched the first episode of the new season. I have not gotten past it, but like, I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. I've just been doing other things, so I haven't gotten around to it. But it
Mhm.
also feels weird to rate a season. Like I know that they had access to it early to make their way in. I'm assuming on the matter. Well, no, because I think they only get access to like the first couple episodes when they do a review. I'm not
That's
sure.
possible. Let me read into it, and 'cause I think it. Yep. Okay, I am wrong. It's the 6th episode, or yeah, the
Okay,
6th episode is what they rated.
because yeah, it
That's a
feels weird
9.
to be like, oh yeah, the entire season's an 8 out of 10 when like they're only on episode 6 out of 8 or 9,
if
Yeah.
it was
probably.
just if it was just the sixth episode, I think it deserves to be like a 9 because there was some pretty heavy shit that went on that, and it was actually pretty damn good. And you're like, what the fuck?
I
That
saw
that's
one
that
thing in it. I'm
episode.
very excited to get
It,
caught up.
it it was just that episode was so wild. Like I had a friend, he was just like, "Dude, have you watched it?" I was like, "No," and he's like, "Dude, be fucking prepared, because it is definitely out there." I was like, "Oh boy, I can't wait." Then about halfway through the episode, that's when I started drinking some more alcohol because it was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
I gotta wash the sin out.
That pretty much
You knew what you were
that.
watching.
Yeah, the real question is like, how long do you think we're gonna get boys? Because like we have nothing to go off
So I
of
think
because we're not following the comics because they're horrible. So
I thought this was the final season.
nah,
no,
this isn't. But I've heard either the next season or the season after that one is going to be the final,
that
because
makes more sense.
I've seen like articles that they're trying to get well, Jared Padalecki is actually in talks to be a character in
I
season
don't want
5,
them.
and I don't know if like I can't remember if they said that he's supposed to be like in this final season or not, but it sounds like they're gonna wrap up relatively soon.
Hopefully, they pay for him to go to acting school because he is an actor I would consider a piece of wood in every role he's in. The
Jared
entirety of
Leto.
Supernatural, his delivery was always just, Dean, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? And I'm like, this guy needs shot.
Yeah, I think Jensen Ackles definitely had the more range as an
Yes.
actor. Like you go from, oh yeah, he's deep, and then it's like, he is Soldier Boy. It is he's doing a fucking fantastic job as Soldier Boy. Like even behind the scenes and shit, he's like, you want me to say what? Are you sure? Like,
I like that he was like, yeah, I got the part. So like he immediately went home and like started like upping his workout regimen so he could get really jacked so he looked good in the suit. And then he
Yes.
showed up and they were like, why didn't you just ask him to put muscles in the suit?
yeah, he's just like, so when do I get my muscles? And then she's like, you're gonna bring me some muscles in spring. And he's like, all right, challenge accept comes in, and then Anthony Starr's like, you could have just got a suit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I mean, we did get that pretty cool, like kind of like the imitation of like the Winter Soldier coming out of the tube scene
Yeah,
where he's,
that was pretty cool.
ripped. I'm like, man, Jensen, I feel like I should do some push-ups now.
For real. The man is a unit.
Yeah. And he absolutely stole the show last season and like in all the best ways. Soldier Boy was
it's-
phenomenal.
Like going off of just last season, it's hard to like. I can see why people are like kind of like, yeah, maybe season 4 is not as good because he just did such a fucking good job last
Mhm.
season. Like you're just like, I want Soldier Boy scenes. That's all I really care about right now.
Right. Following that up is just really difficult because like overall, like I think I would probably so far my ranking with that. I'm not going to include 4 since I've only watched one episode, but like season 3, then 2, then 1, or no, maybe 1 then 2. I don't think I really like 2 that much,
Gotcha.
but 4 I think will be good. I don't know. It's weird that all of a sudden, yeah, people are like, "Oh, this show's not good anymore." It's like one of the most anticipated shows of all time, but whatever. Like,
Yeah, like they're trying to cope with some things that like have already been like stated way earlier in the show,
mhm.
and they just happen to show it in this season, and it's like, dude, he's already been like that the entire show. Like, what are you talking about?
You want to get it, Jarrett. This isn't at all what This isn't at all what he said that he was going to be. They don't understand
chosen one.
foreshadowing.
It's-
So did anybody else figure out their top or their movie franchise that they don't want to see? I can't remember if everybody said anything or not.
No. I kind of
Not
moved
the-
on from that one. Forgot
not-
about it.
Not to kind of break our flow here.
I mean, don't worry. We had heavy flow already.
Some would say even flow.
No.
No.
You need to flow out of here.
A great song. Well, we can because I think we're going to wrap up this episode.
Boo.
Boo! Boo this man! And boo
Ah.
Coleman's terrible takes. Boo!
Boo.
Boo!
Ridiculous 6 sucks.
Tommy boy till I die!
Video
I got a
games
game.
are non-existent this episode. We talked a lot about movies.
We talked about first and second.
Yeah, for like 20 seconds, and then we went into movies.
That's all you need to know. Great characters, great story, great gameplay, a little money hungry.
Maybe can you
Can't
tell me
blame
what the
them.
story's about?
Humanity under attack by aliens. You gotta collect stuff with characters that have powers to save the human race.
What's the thing you need to collect?
Iron Hearts.
Okay, you got me. That is.
With a AI that you only certain people, quote unquote descendants, can see in their heads. Boom.
So this is definitely not a ghost, perhaps? Hmm?
It's like
It's
Cortana.
a ghost, but better.
Cortana and like his Master Chief. Plug a chip in the back of the head.
Yeah, because she's not in blue.
Yes.
And she doesn't sass me for 3 straight games.
She didn't
Cortana,
sass
you see-
you.
Yes, she
Cortana.
did.
No.
Cortana, I think you
She's
gotta look at my
just
tool there.
Anyways, this has been episode 24. I'm Harmon, joined alongside these 4 other idiots.
John Wayne Gacy.
Pilgrim.
Mel Gibson.
The professional movie critic.
See you next week, everyone.
See ya.
Home Alone sucked.